But today's video is related to a sport that is called America's pastime. And of course, I'm talking about baseball. While I do not profess to be a baseball fan, I was amazed at how deeply rooted this game is in our culture, and as a consequence of that, how many expressions we use commonly in English come from this game. Today, we are just going to look at a select few of the many expressions that are prevalent in American English. So stay tuned. Hello, language lovers and language learners and intellectually curious folks everywhere. My name is Bakul Soman, and welcome back to my channel. As always, if you find my videos interesting, helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and also take a moment to leave me a comment. So, expressions in American English that are derived from baseball. Like I said in the intro, there are so many. Today, we're going to focus on just a few of them, and all of them have the word ball in them. So let's get started. First up, on the ball. When you say someone is on the ball, what you mean is that they are focused, alert, and performing well. And in baseball, of course, in order to play well, you have to keep your eye on the ball to know what's going on. So here's an example of using on the ball in a sentence. The project manager was really on the ball and caught all the potential problems that might arise ahead of time. So this project manager was really performing well, doing well, focused, alert, and was able to anticipate what might come up and take care of it proactively. On the ball, performing well, focused, alert. There is a phrase that is kind of related to this: keep your eye on the ball. So if somebody isn't on the ball, you might tell them, keep your eye on the ball. You're telling them, stay focused, pay attention to what's going on. Just like in baseball, if you lose focus, you're going to make mistakes. So here is an example of a related phrase: keep your eye on the ball. If you want to succeed in this business, you have to keep your eye on the ball. You have to stay focused. Our next phrase is to play hardball. This means to act aggressively or to play tough, especially in negotiations, not giving an inch, holding your ground. So in baseball, hardball actually refers to baseball specifically as compared to its variant, softball, okay? Especially at a very competitive level. So when you say somebody is playing hardball, what you mean is somebody's being tough, aggressive, uncompromising, competitive. So here's an example. The lawyer decided to play hardball during the settlement talks. So she was tough, taking no prisoners, not compromising, trying to get as much as she could for her clients. Just a moment ago, we referred to softball as opposed to hardball. So let's take a look at an expression that has the word softball in it. Here's the expression: throwing someone a softball. So typically, this will refer to what, like, let's say when somebody's being interviewed, and instead of asking tough questions, somebody gave you an easy question to answer. So in a presidential debate, sometimes some people might say, oh, the mediators were biased. You know, they gave these easy softball questions to one of the candidates, and they asked really hard, tough questions to the other candidate. To throw someone a softball is to ask someone an easy, not challenging question, usually to make them look good. Softball is a variant of baseball that is usually played by women, and the pitches in softball tend to be slower than in baseball. So a softball pitch potentially is easier to hit because it is slower. Although, you baseball fans out there, I did hear somebody say that actually a softball is harder to hit than the faster, hard baseball. But again, I don't know much about it, so I would love any clarification that you could provide. But just know that as an expression, throwing a softball means asking somebody a question that is easy to answer with the intent of making them look good. And playing hardball is when you're tough, aggressive, competitive, uncompromising. Okay, next expression, drop the ball. All right, pretty obvious in baseball. You're trying to catch it, you drop the ball. Oops, mistake, could cost you the game, could cost you the championship. No bueno. In English, as an expression, what it means is that you failed to do something that you were supposed to do. You made a mistake. You dropped the ball on something. Here's an example. He really dropped the ball when he forgot to submit the application on time. The next expression is a curveball. With my rudimentary understanding of baseball, a curveball is essentially a ball that is thrown in a way that makes it really hard to hit. It has like a unique spin to it. It is slower. It does weird things. And so it's difficult to predict what it's going to do as it comes to the batter. And the batter has a hard time hitting it. So that's a curveball. So in English, when you talk about something being a curveball, it's something that was unexpected, surprising, and usually not in a positive way. Something that kind of throws you off, essentially. So here's an example. The last minute change to the schedule really threw me a curveball. Like I was thrown off and I really never recovered for that day. The schedule changes just really messed me up. So the last expression we are going to look at is screwball. Again, in baseball, this is a type of delivery that has a very unique spin to it and makes it it has like a reverse spin or something like that. So it's a tricky ball to play. In English, when we use the expression someone being a screwball, it refers to a person who is odd, eccentric, goofy, zany, unpredictable. It is also a whole genre of comedy, like probably popular in the 1930s, Bringing a Baby, My Man Godfrey, It Happened One Night. Those are all considered examples of screwball comedy, right? But when you refer to a person as a screwball, you're talking about somebody who's a little unpredictable, offbeat, eccentric, zany, goofy. So here's an example. The screwball neighbor decorated their entire house with plastic inflatable flamingos in January. That is pretty odd. Screwball. And there you have it, a whole bunch of expressions in English that are all derived from baseball, America's pastime, and all have the word ball in it. Like I said, there are many, many, many more expressions, and I'll probably do a couple more videos about it, but this was a good start. As I said, I apologize ahead of time if I didn't explain the actual baseball meanings of the words correctly. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. I will not be offended. But before you go, take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you next time.